So beating Chris Matrix, I mean, obviously you returned 2009, I think it was your return.
Yeah,
And then
Chris Schmidt.
Chris Schmidt, sorry, excuse me. Chris Matrix is the Don King. Yeah, Chris Schmidt. Um, that was a redemption, definitely. And then what happened after that for you? What was the next step?
Well, I was actually leading to the story into the money match.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, you good. No worries. So basically, there was a storyline like moving into that money match that we were talking about in that salty sweet. And yeah. So the general idea was, there's a little lore. Team West Coast got this chip on their shoulder where they want to bust our ass. You know what I mean? But they didn't want like the whole East Coast. They literally wanted me, Justin, and Sanford. So what happened was, me and Justin, we was actually, doing our own thing, and we got too hammered, right? So we got too drunk, enjoying Vegas, of course, at the time, right? This is when Justin was EG and shit like that. So like, he was enjoying himself. This was young Jay, you know what I mean? He was in the weight and stuff like that. He was just enjoying his youth, you know what I mean? Same thing with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we was out of commission, and Fuji knew that, and everybody knew that. Matrix knew that. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knew that. So Sanford Kelly took it upon himself and said, "Hey, I don't need these guys. Let me go on the 1-on-4." Like, yo. He went, yeah. So Sanford Kelly, we already know how much of a champion he is, man, at Hart and in real life. You know what I mean? So like, long story short, he lost. Sanford lost. Everybody ganged up on him. Whatever the case is, and that was
it's a 1v4. It's 1v4, right?
So funny enough, I'm actually in that salty suite, but I'm upstairs in the room, knocked the fuck out, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Long story short, I wake up the next morning. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, that same night, I was like, hey, what's going on, man? He was like, yeah, man, Sanford did the match without y'all. I was like, what? I was like, what happened? He won? Nah, he lost. So I was like, okay, let's double up. Like,
yeah.
Let's get these guys right now. I'll go against them. You know what I mean? Let me double up.
Yeah.
And then I went to Fnatic and Havad at the time, who was there. And he was the one that was back in Team West Coast. And Havad, he's like a big gambler and shit. You know what I mean? He actually made it like 5th place into the World Series of Poker.
Oh
at
wow.
The time.
Okay.
So, yeah, so he had money to blow, and he was living in Vegas. So he's like, "Yo, man, I want to," and he loved Marvel, so he wanted to, put his cajones, Malones on the table. You know what I mean? But so I ran up on him like me and Chris Matrix, and we was like, "Yo, let's double up." And Fnatic said, "Nah, we're gonna take the money," and then they just dipped. They got in the elevator. Remember, the doors closed. And then that's it. Everybody dipped. I remember that clear as day.
Oh,
then I was like, well, I got to get ready for pools.
That's it.
And that was it, man.
Oh, man. That's a shame. That's a shame.
Story.
Yeah, I would have been a little bit salty. Well, yeah, happens, I guess. Can happen. So let's rewind a little bit, though, because, there's quite some depth in tournament history here when you go back to the EVOs and so on, right? Now, I think it was because, like I told you, my first EVO was 2003, and I'm new to like high level Marvel. I'm new. This is a new world for me. I'm coming in. His man's on the floor playing. I go in, there's setups, and then it comes to the point where it's like the top 8 of the EVO Marvel. So the best of the best that are still in the bracket here, and I don't know any names. And I go up there, and I see, who did I see up there? The first Marvel name that I saw was Duc Doh. Duc Doh. Everyone in the crowd was talking about this guy called Duc. You need to check the spiral, bro. The spiral is OD. You need to see what he's doing. And then it's just knives. Everyone's just getting joked up. Knives everywhere. Just knives. I'm just like, right, this guy's mad. What is this? This is sick. And like, Spiral's not your everyday character, but he was going in though. He was going in with Spiral. I didn't even see, because we got Marvel where I live, but we ain't got players going on like that. We ain't got nothing to see. I didn't even see. This was a different game. They didn't tell me they released Marvel 4. This isn't the Marvel I know. Yeah, and it was just crazy. And so I think the finals was you. I think this was like EVO 2005, and the grand finals was you and Duc Doh.
Yes.
Right?
This is EVO 2005.
Actually. Yeah. And I'm there in the crowd, bro. I mean, I'm there. I'm like, yo, this is some, because everyone's talking about it in the crowd. So I don't even really need to, like, I don't know the history of these players on stage, but everyone's talking about them. Yo, I reckon this is going to be 3-1. No, he's going to get him 3-2, and they're talking about it. And I think back then we already did double elim even back then. I think it was still double elim, right? Yeah. And then So Duc Doh gets you in the final. So he wins. You get second. And then EVO 2006, Sumighty got you, right?
Yes. Okay.
Sumighty,
Oh,
yeah,
I
okay,
thank
okay.
you.
Woo.
Oh,
Okay,
Ryan.
wait. So,
Ladies and
so
gentlemen,
just
this man knows his shit. Okay.
Sumighty,
Yes.
Sumighty. He was sick as well. Because there's I didn't really know the scene like that, but there's a few names that I always heard. I always Duc Doh, yourself, IFC Yipes.
Oh, you get credit for that. Oh, this man's holy shit. Yo, let me put my lawyers out there, Ryan.
Sumighty, because Justin won the whole thing that year, 2006.
Yeah, that was his redemption, yeah.
Yeah, because Justin won he won 2003, 2004. Duc Doh got 5. Then he came back for 6, and that sets the stage for where I'm going with this. You know where I'm going. So 2007 now, I wasn't there for that because 2007 was the year I finally qualified for Japan's SBO. I won the qualifier in Europe. I'm like, boys, we're going to Japan. Yeah, yeah. So, and then it's only after we booked all the tickets and that we were like, yo, it's the same time as EVO this year. And we were pissed because EVO's big, and we're like, oh, man. But, Japan, though, to represent Europe, like the first time, there's never been a team that's been to Japan for Europe, for Tekken 5DR. Like, this is going to be history, we got to do this. So I'm like, yo, let's go. Yeah. And then we went and, it was a really, really good tournament.
Stuff like that.
Tekken's Ibatsu, reading the news, who won Tekken, like shoryuken.com forums, what I'm saying, just North America Match Finder and all that stuff. So yeah, and we're just finding out. And it's only later when I saw the videos that I found out, yeah, like this is what went down, innit? But the stage was set, bro. I mean, you had played Justin before in EVO.
So my first EVO ever was 2005.
But you eliminated Justin in 2005. I just wanted to point that out as well because that's big. So you had a body already. It wasn't a finals, but it was in EVO, and you eliminated him, right? Okay.
This is so crazy. So shout out to you, Ryan. Seeing that the type of stuff that you try to push now when it comes to the mentality of a fighting game player. Be ahead of your 2 steps, 100 steps ahead of your opponent. You know what I mean? I really respect that mentality because, the mentality of being competitive is not only just beating your opponent, it's just how you could pick apart your opponent and raise your percentage of winning. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so the way that you push your bro, I seen that trailer the other day. I thought you was really getting ready for a boxing match. You sold the shit out of me. I was I'm like, is this a celebrity boxing match or some shit? But I'm like, and then the way that you're explaining it, I was like, yeah, I relate to that shit. Yeah. And I don't relate to that what you said before, but I'm gonna tell you why though. There's nothing wrong with what you said though. I just to put it out there. So first and foremost, my first tournament ever playing Justin Wong was EVO 2005. I actually never played him in Chinatown Fair because he was so dominant. He actually got banned from the tournament.
Are you serious?
So all that was local tournament. Justin Wong.
You weren't allowed in.
Justin Wong. And this is when I got into the mix, right? When it was doing tournaments on Saturdays and shit like that. So he was banned from the tournament, and so as Sanford in certain occasions. You know what I mean?
Those guys were too good.
The thing about Sanford was he was a killer, but when people wanted to test their might, that's when they allowed Sanford to enter the tournament. So and then he took some losses. His biggest L I remember in Chinatown Fair, he lost to Desmond Pinkney. That footage is fucking ancient hieroglyphic. You're like, oh my god, this guy beat Sanford. And then that rivalry of my Sentinel's better than yours kind of thing was so alive in that, right?
Wow.
So, but that's just one thing. But pretty much the point I'm trying to make is I never played Justin Wong in tournament. I played him in casuals. I'll bump into the machine and he'll send me to the back of the line, sure. But it was stuff like that. The first time
tournament,
EVO 2005 was EVO.
That was massive.
So, but the thing was, the mentality that I had at the time, I wasn't really taking the competitiveness seriously. Obviously, I was striving to be good and better and prove it to myself that I was good. But that was the thing. I wasn't trying to prove it to nobody else. I was trying to prove it to myself. You know what I mean? I'm a young buck coming up. The mentality was man, I'm putting all this work. Can this lead me somewhere? So I never had that pressure of proving it to anybody but myself. You know what I'm saying? So
totally.
when I went to EVO, I literally went there because it was Las Vegas. I'm like 18 years old. I'm like, man, and I never got on a plane to go anywhere else in the world other than Dominican Republic at the time. So like first time I take a flight to Las Vegas, I'm like, holy shit, I'm looking out the window. I had a window seat. I'm looking like, yo, damn, there's pyramids and shit in here. You know what I mean? Like I'm wilding the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, no. And then mind you, you know, obviously like me being a kid in the hood, like I was already drinking at the time, you know what I mean? But the legal age limit in Las Vegas was 21, so I really couldn't do shit, man. You know what I mean? Obviously there was some times I sneaked it in and I faked the funk, you know what I'm saying? Drinking, trying to act all grown up and shit, right? But you know, I was just excited to be, you know, out of my neighborhood because I'm so used to being in my neighborhood, just seeing the same old thing every day. You know what I mean? The same pieces of bricks everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So it was different for me. You know what I mean? So like that's what I was focused on. Like, man, let me absorb this shit in. And then what made it even more beautiful is I was already hip to SRK. I remember I registered February of 2003, and you know, when I was getting my name up and stuff like that, and the footage was out there, that's when I was getting love from my homies out on the West Coast. So I had guys like, yo, shout out to my man Fat Toy, shout outs to Potter, shout outs to Crizzle, you know what I'm saying? Shout outs to CJ Showstopper, shout outs to who else was showing love to me? Cable Guy, you know what I mean? There was and just a lot of players, you know what I mean? So I went in there just really like, and mind you, I was talking to them on SRK, but like I really went out there like, yo, let me meet these guys. They're so cool. Let me meet them in person. You know what I mean? When I met them in person, it was just like we knew each other like since the beginning, man. Like it was so fucking cool. Like I met Sumighty. I'm like, Sumighty's giving me props. I'm like, holy shit, Sumighty's giving me props. Yeah. You know, I'm absorbing it because, you know, yeah. So I'm like, holy shit, like people are really like showing mad love. And I'm like, man, this is freaking great. Yeah. So obviously tournament starts, everything is good. Boom, boom, boom. That's how I actually met Chris Schmidt. I seen Chris Schmidt beat playing like Josh Wigfall in a tournament. Wigfall beat him. Okay. And stuff like that. Hopefully that was tournament. I remember they was playing casuals, but I don't know if that was tournament. But that's actually just to give you lore about 2006, where Sue Mighty beat me. I actually beat Sue in 2005 in pools. In pools, gotcha. Yeah. Going into top 8, right? So that's how it happened. Now Justin Wong lost to. I'm trying to remember. He's freaking from Hawaii. Forgive me, bro. I forgot your name, man. I forgot your name, but he lost to him, and he got sent to losers. And we know we was all shocked, but we've seen Justin so many times in this position. Yeah, he's like, man, this guy's gonna make it far anyway. Like no matter what. Now, mind you, at this time, I didn't care about results. I was just like, bro, I'm here. I'm in the moment. I'm gonna do the best that I can, and I'm gonna keep going. And obviously, match after match after match after match, I qualified, and it was like, hey, congratulations, you made top 8. And I was like, oh, go shit, right on. I don't know. Yeah, you even know. I was like, this goes out tonight, and it was like, nah, that's Sunday, tomorrow, so you good, man. You don't got to do nothing. So I was like, okay. Sick. I was like, okay, right on. I'll be here tomorrow. What time? Yeah. Cool. Boom. So I pulled up, and I remember I pulled up, and I was watching Third Strike, which had actually put me to sleep. I remember I had my mod stick. There's no disrespect to Third Strike. Nah. There was a guy, it was Mike somebody that with Makoto that made that top 8. He was making a big fuss. He was like, yo, Mike. It wasn't Mike Watson. It was someone else. Oh, Makoto. Was it an American guy, the guy with glasses? Yeah, the skinny dude. Maybe. He was sick, man. If it's that same guy, he was ridiculous. I can't remember where he was from though, but he was ridiculous. Yeah, it's not Watson. Watson was Ken. You mean the Makoto dude. I don't remember what his name was now, but he was ridiculous though. But I remember America's fucking rooting for him, like, yeah. And mind you, I got the mod stick and shit. Shout out to my sister. She's the one that actually bought my mod stick. That's what kind of really started the true adventure. But yeah, I remember I used to take a pillow from the hotel room and put it on my mod stick, and I used to just lay there in the front just watching games. It's great that I would pass out and shit. But yeah, Marvel started. I had to play, funny enough, Chris Schmidt. Yo, yeah, there you go. I played him in top 8. That was the first time I played Chris. That same Evo, wow, dude. That's crazy. Oh, yeah, so I was in losers because Potter sent me to losers. So this is when I really wasn't hit to brackets and shit. I was like, yo, I'm still in it. I wasn't paying attention to none of that shit. Still in, right? I wouldn't. Yeah, I still don't, right? Like I would go to losers. I was really innocent to this shit, though. Yeah, I'll go to losers and I'll be like, oh shit, I'm still in the tournament. Yeah, right, let's go. You know, it was one of those things. Yeah. Potter sent me to losers. I had a long ride, whatever the case is. And I remember I played Chris Schmidt in top 8. Then I played the guy that beat Justin.
Mm.
Fuck, I'm trying to remember his name. You'll see his name is in the results. I'll probably find it as I'm talking or something. But and then I had to play Potter again in top 3, but that was right after I had to play Justin, right?
Oh,
so
okay.
and mind you, again, I wasn't following the brackets. I know none of that shit. So I
Right.
remember they was telling me it was the Cannons. It was like, yo, you play Justin Wong next. And I said, okay, cool. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to play him in a tournament.
But did you know that was going to be the finals though? Or you just thought you were playing him?
Oh, is it not? I was just playing him. This is 05.
Oh, 05. Sorry. Okay, we're still 05. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this was my first Evo ever, right?
Yeah,
so like,
yeah.
I get to Justin and I'm like, holy shit, I'm about to play Justin Wong in tournament for the first time.
Wow.
I'm excited as shit. Now, mind you, in the back of my mind, I'm not really thinking about the win. I'm just thinking about what's going on in the present. Like I wasn't really going ahead, getting ahead of myself. Like, man, I could probably win this shit.
Right.
I didn't even keep an eye on the placings. I was just like, okay, next opponent. So I played Justin Wong, and I beat him. I actually swagged him on a little bit. Actually, they put me on a trailer. I was mad hype. I was like, oh shit. So I got a highlight. And then I played Potter. I beat him. And then that's when they told me I was in grand finals. So I was like, holy shit, I am in the finals. And then that's when I find out I played Duc Doh. Right. Now, what's funny is I was one of the new kids on the block. When Spiral fell off the meta, this is when I was not in the scene at all. So this is not even to make an excuse or nothing, but it's just more to give you a little idea of how fresh this matchup was to me. Because when I was in the mix, I ain't played no fucking Spirals. None. Right? So I fought not only the first Spiral ever in my life, but it was the Spiral.
Oh, my God.
So,
oh, my gosh.
So this is when I found out about the like the 2 sets things and stuff like that. Like I knew about it, but this was 3 out of 5. I thought it was gonna be a
2 out of 3 or
no, it was 2 out of 3 actually. I gotta remember again.
Yeah, I think it was 2 out of 3. I think
it was 2 out of 3, right?
No, I mean, well, I know Tekken was 2 out of 3. That's what I'm just going off that. Tekken back then.
It was 2 out of 3. It was 2 out of 3 because I beat him. I resetted the bracket.
Yeah.
And then he beat me in the next set. So that's what happened, right? So I was pretty close without really like me paying attention to it. Like again, I was innocent and I was having fun with what I was doing. So he won, you know what I mean? And West Coast was so hyped that I seen a couple of disappointed faces, and I'm just like, I'm like, all right, whatever, so, whatever, okay. And then you know, I remember I seen Duck's kids run to the stage like, yes, like showing them love, and I'm like, oh shit, this guy's a family man. You know what I'm saying? His wife came through, showed up some love. So, but yeah, and then that's when I started finding out the lore about like who Duc Doh was. He was the B5 champion and such and such. Justin dethroned him. Like Justin had to talk to that guy in order to solidify himself as the best in the world. So it was a big deal that he was in the finals. I didn't know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think that would have affected the way you took the match if you knew?
No, I think everybody else was affected though, especially the East Coast. Because remember, at this time, like I said, I wasn't innocent. I wasn't hip to how serious East Coast versus West Coast was until I got back to Chinatown Fair. So I did not know how serious it was. I remember I called my mom. I got second place. I'm like, Mom, I just got like $400. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's massive. This is you on the stage. You're about to.
Brian, bro, I cannot believe you pulling this freaking footage out. I have not seen this in years, bro. You have no idea. Look at the bracket.
I know. I was about to say that. Look at the quality of the bracket.
Long?
Yo.
Oh my God, I'm getting PTSD.
Can you hear it now? Let's go. Oh, the Magneto. Oh, this is too much already.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a reason why it makes sense so hard.
That was a rinse. Literally like 5-second rinse out.
Oh my God, man, I can't believe this.
2005, bro. 2005. Your first Evo. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, pause this for a second, right? Okay, so I'm very okay. Okay, so I'm probably gonna stress this a little bit, but
Go.
remember, I'm in the moment and I'm enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really a very solidified fighting game player at this time, so I was just really known for Marvel. Now, mind you, I played a lot of fighting games. I see the screen black, by the way.
Yeah, all good, all good.
Okay, so I played a lot of fighting games at the time. I used to play Smash Melee, Third Strike, Guilty Gear XX, and Marvel 2. But it was so many games at the time. I didn't want to juggle too many. Not that I couldn't play it, but I wanted to choose one
that makes sense.
I felt like that I could be, very advanced in. And it was Marvel 2. So I did everything else for Marvel 2. And Lord behold, I made the great choice
for sure.
Playing Marvel 2. So looking at this footage now, and I already thought about this too, because I had this talk with like my homies, like Matrix, Executioner. Looking at this now, it's very huge in terms of my humble beginnings, because this is literally me learning more about adaptation of unfamiliarity, feeling the emotions that I'm feeling at the time and stuff like that. Really to learn about composure in a grand final setting, because remember, this is literally I think this is my second grand finals ever. The first one was against Josh Wickfall at the break. This was in the arcades, so that was like my first one. So, and then this will be my second one right here. And so like getting that experience and getting it live.
Yeah.
I think it's a little loud here. Put it down.
Okay. I got you.
But yeah, so seeing this is really giving me a humble reminder of like where I started to really understand how to because I always knew about adaptation and picking your opponent, but like the unfamiliarity and like, okay, what do I do here? Do I just sit away and run? Do I rush down? This is when I'm really figuring it out. Like, dude, this is crazy. First time I ever fight Spyro, and I'm fighting the god Spyro.
Oh my god, and the Sentinel as well. This is too much, man.
Now, mind you, his Cable and Sentinel was okay at the time. It was the biggest problem was the Spyro.
Yeah, of course.
But he still plays now, and he has advanced tremendously. Like, Duc Doh is ridiculous. He's still one of the best. You know what I'm saying? So it's amazing to see. So, this
he still plays now? I mean, we're talking like Marvel 2 was released in 2000. That's like 20 plus years of longevity. That's insane.
One of the best. The West Coast still plays this game. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of new blood and stuff like that. But Duc Doh
I love to hear that.
One of the best still in the West Coast. And, with age, obviously, you get better, right? People think, oh, man, yeah, when you was younger, looks like he was better. No, man. We can talk about that later, but I feel better now.
Yeah.
Now than I was back in the day.
Right,
because I have a better, rich understanding of fighting games.
100%. Yeah, no, I love to hear that, man. And it's definitely true. Get wiser with wisdom, with age.
Yo, Ryan, I cannot believe it. Blow up the dust.
Oh my god.
God.
It's classic. This is history, man. If you had a museum, this match would be in the fighting game museum. This would be in the FGC Hall of Fame museum. This set right here. Yipes versus Duc Doh on the main stage. Every eye was watching this screen. Every eye in that building. Even security was doing side bets. Yeah, I'm serious.
Already the bias. I love it.
This is I know everyone just popping off like.
Look, I'm here being wise. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna call assist because he can just do a super and kill. You know what I mean? So I'm just taking my time.
Yeah. He got you out the skies, boy. Skies defended. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to run. So it was a strong start, but you didn't get it wasn't free though. It wasn't free. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're coming up against the best Spiral that's ever graced the screen with that character, and it wasn't a body bag. I know it's game one, and you've never played the character. Like, you've gotten zero tech against this character.
No, yeah, exactly. This is freaking nuts, Ryan.
Look at the EVO. Look at the room. Look at this was EVO.
To give you guys a little background, the first ever console EVO was in 2004. That's when we officially switched from arcade to
console. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was 2004 EVO was still in California.
Yeah.
But this is actually the first ever EVO in Vegas. Was in 05. This is it right here. This is what started the Vegas reign with Evolution, which is this tournament.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Yeah,
man.
I was mad salty this tournament, man. I lost early in Tekken 5. I lost early in Tekken 5, and these times I was really good at Tekken 5. Like, I was a contender to win the tournament, and I don't know, man. I messed myself up. I got by someone in pools, and then I was in grand final for Tekken Tag, but I just threw the tournament. I didn't really care. It was a really bad, you know, this young, little slightly immature mentality that I used to have, where you don't really know the value of things. And I just was like, well, I didn't win Tekken 5, so I don't care about any other game, you know. And I don't know. I threw myself into top 8 and then threw myself into grand finals. I let them DQ me from winners bracket. That's how that's how salty I was. I didn't even play the winners bracket. I just let them put me in losers and played from losers and still made grand final, you know. All right, back to this though. Where's your health gone, bro?
It's all right though, man.
Oh, you're doing good. Wait, hang on a second.
Yeah.
You're smoking.
Oh my God, I was such a reset heavy.
But why is your Magneto so flames, bro? This Magneto is ridiculous. What?
I'm gonna hit you with the lore right now. Check this out. So, I was a big fan of Street Ball at the time. I loved N1 mixtapes. I just loved all of that shit.
Professor
right? So,
and all that. You want them Professor clips and shit? Yeah.
All those guys. You name it, bro.
Yeah.
All those guys, right? But you know, I was very hip to a guy named Hart at the time.
He is getting harassed right now.
Yeah, so one thing that I represented with my gameplay is the mix. So my mix is equivalent to the flashy crossover in Street Ball. So that was my influence of like being such a reset heavy player, because not only I could do resets and stuff like that, but I could be flashy and really represent my style of play. So I was that type of guy. Like people would be upset with me. They'd be like, "Yeah, you could have just done an infinite and killed him already, or just do super." And I was like, "No, I want to kill him with flash."
You want the flair in there.
I was that guy, yes.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God, I'm catching knives and ass. This is looking crazy, son. I am in the gun range.
Yep.
Look at the patience. This man is counter calling my shit. I wasn't going to pick on that. You know what I mean?
He's born for the grand finals. Look at this guy, born ready.
He's like, yo, let me sun this kid real quick.
So are you? Is he in winners? Are you in? He's in winners. Okay.
Yeah. I got sent to losers by Potter this tournament.
Okay. Oh, Harry Potter. Yeah.
I seen him. He got 3rd place this tournament, so that was the guy I had to beat to play Duc Doh in the finals.
Yo, Robzilla.
It was
Robzilla. Yeah. Robzilla.
Sent
Justin to losers. Yeah, Robzilla. And then because he got 7th at this tournament, and then Reset got 8th place. Reset. So
yeah, you know what? Let me give a shout out. She don't get enough clout for this, but shout out to Ricky. Ricky was actually in top 8.
Oh, true. Yeah. She was. I saw her in the bracket. I think she beat
No, she actually had to play.
No, she had to play Duc Doh. She lost 2-1. Yeah.
In winners.
Yeah. And then Justin got her in losers.
Yes.
Yeah. This tournament was tight, man. Only top brass, only top quality heads in there, man.
Dude, and remember, these are like the first times I'm really playing these guys in tournament. Like, oh my God, I'm about to play Potter again.
I can't believe you did so well. Like, you're first even, you're beating like Justin Wong, and you're in the grand finals. Like, this is just nuts. This is a testament of just having fun and no pressure. You know what I'm saying? That's true.
I had no type of pressure of like I had to prove it to anybody, whatever the case is. I'm like, man, I'm here. Let me see if I make it count. If I win, great.
Well,
lose,
pressure is subconscious. Either you have it or you don't. It's not something that like you don't have it anymore because you're tapped into the reality of what it means. The fact that you could perform here and be here like this and play on stage means that you're also born for this. It's just a question of how much you know how to tune that in when you're on this big stage, because you might get nervous and lose, but that's just you deciding to lose for yourself. That's not that you can't do that or you don't have you don't have the ingredients for that recipe. You have everything there. The fact that you're here now on the stage on tape with the world watching means you have that. Because you shouldn't be there otherwise. You wouldn't be able to reach there. It takes so many minerals to even arrive at that spot. So, yeah, a lot of people get to a place where they become their biggest enemy. And they destroy themselves under the pressure. They crumble under the pressure. The house falls apart. The house of cards comes to pieces. And it's all on the floor, you know. But they have what it takes. The last hurdle is always beating yourself in anything. Whether you're a master bodybuilder, whether you're training archery, you know, whatever you're doing, the final hurdle is always you. It's always you. You watch the pause? What happened? Yo, what happened? We got the pause coming in. We didn't used to sacrifice rounds here with this stuff. He just used to continue. I don't know, man.
I think we could. Hold on, I hear you. I hear you. Hold on.
All good, all good. You're back. You're back. You're back in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I was just saying though, like, there's a little pause there. I'm not sure what happened. But yeah, it's a small thing, but it's big if you don't know it. You know, it's really important to know that the final hurdle in anything you do, if you want to reach new heights, set new standards, new goals, new rules, is yourself. Because you are going to be the only person left in your own head. You've defeated all the other minds. It's mind games, right? You've beaten all the other minds, so there's no other thoughts other than your own. And your own thoughts will calculate all the possibilities. And some of those possibilities will be negative. Okay? Because when you play anything seriously, you live in the reality of what that is. Anyone who lives in arrogance and ignorance falls short of the last hurdle. Like, they'll win 1 or 2 tournaments, then you never hear from them ever again. Because their own ego defeats them. The people that live in the reality of what can go wrong are the ones that last the longest. They're the ones that have to, because they understand the circumference of the whole area. They can survey the land properly. They're on terrain that they don't understand, so they're careful about how they measure their movements and their footprint. So yeah, in tournament, when you're playing, it's good to know how you can lose so you can avoid it. Live in the risk, live in the fear of how you might get bodied. It's like Mike Tyson. He used to walk to the ring in fear of that this could be the guy that can beat him. I might finally meet my match. And that used to power him up. The fear of maybe being able to be defeated here. You can't live in the ignorance of I'm godlike and no one can touch me, so that's it. No, you have to live in the reality of this might be your final day with that belt around your waist. And if you do that, you're going to have that belt around your waist for longer and longer and longer. So yeah, that's what it is. And this is you with Marvel. How is it that you lost here and then you're back in the grand finals a couple of years later? Why are you back again? It's because you've been about this for ages. You just didn't. Maybe it took you that extra year to process that this is me. This is me. It's not. I'm not an enigma. You know. I'm not just a silhouette. You know. I'm not living in my own shadow. This is me, the real me. Yeah. So that's what it is, man. It's just you don't really have any books or guidelines to teach you that when you're coming up in life. You know? Yeah,
man, I'm buying that book. Whenever it's dropping, I'm buying that book. Yo, when I'm telling yo, he is literally dropping gems. So, he's touching somebody's heart and mental, be like, God damn, I need to step my shit up.
A lot of people are EVO champions waiting to accept them. A lot of people are EVO champions waiting for their brain to accept the trophy. They've already won it.
Goddamn. Hello? Hello? Yeah. He's talking that shit. That's real. Yes. Okay, I'll get back at you. Yo, bro, you're not wrong on that, man.
Yeah.
And that was me in this situation.
You were so overwhelmed with the prospect of this new character that you weren't in any kind of position to win. Not because you don't have the talent, the skill, or the experience, because Spiral is one character. You've got 3, and you've got enough offensive utility to maybe catch her with something and get going. But the problem with things like this is confidence plays a big heel impact. You don't feel confident. You don't feel like you can go in. And there's opportunities you probably had. Looking back at this footage now, you probably think, oh, I could have done this. Oh, actually, I had that there. Oh, I could have done this combo instead. Oh, I could have did that setup. And that's the thing. Confidence is a mad one, man. It's crazy. Confidence can just make it can change the entire game. It can make the game look like something else. You don't even understand what's happening anymore because you're not confident. It's crazy, man. But then you see it in a frame of confidence, and you're like, why was this ever difficult? I can't believe this was even ever hard. It's like, imagine me learning like Japanese and watching a drama, a J drama when I'm coming up in the language, and I'm like, man, I will never be able to understand this. And then 5-10 years down the line thinking, can't believe this is ever a problem. This is easy. I'm on episode 98. This is free, you know? And yeah, confidence is a killer. Look at this. Look at the opener.
No, watch this. I'm actually remembering a lot of things now. I remember, let's see if this is the match. I get hit with a double snap.
Oh, no, yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
I
man.
haven't seen it in years, Ryan, I swear to God.
Oh, and it just came back to you right now.
It just came just because I picked that team. So I picked that team just to let you know, Max Storm Cyclops, because number one, I saw Ricky do good against Duc Doh in this.
Okay.
In the set.
Makes sense.
Number two, the crowd, I think it was, I forgot who it was, but my 7-man entourage was pretty much saying, yo, pick Max Storm Cyclops. I remember I heard that in the back, and I was like, you know what, it's not a bad idea. Ricky did pretty well. I'm gonna try.
Let's do it. Yeah. You gotta try that stuff as well. And also, you can't do that in casuals. Sometimes when you want to try certain things, you got to do it in the tournament. That's the only way. That's the only way you'll know if it's hitting. You got to do it in the tournament.
Ryan, I'm telling you right now, throughout the whole tournament, all I played was MSP, MSS.
Yeah.
Right? MSP is Max Pro Style Lock.
Yeah.
Max Pro Style. For the people that
don't
know, that's why.
Yeah.
But I did not play this team not once throughout the whole tournament. I literally only picked it against Duc.
You did all right.
Oh God. Yeah, he's fucking me, y'all know this. It's about to get a little bad, and he had some pretty good defense, man. Like when Duc don't want to get hit,
but
shit
spiral, you know, a top spiral when the D is OD. You need defense with that character. If your defense is, it doesn't matter what you're doing with spiral on offense if you haven't got defense.
Oh my God! Oh, peek the trap. Look at all.
Oh my! You haven't moved for a minute. Yo.
The trap got amplified with the crowd. So imagine getting trapped up and then the crowd hyping it up. Yeah.
Oh man, you are getting locked down like the pandemic, bro. Stay in the house.
Body bag.
Quarantine.
No, done. Help me, help me. Oh my God. Oh, I want to see the actual celebration. Let me see something. I know a couple of his people jump up, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Now me, look at me. Like I'm pretty sure you can see me, right?
Yeah.
But I wasn't upset. I actually was not upset. I was like, wow, that was great.
Yeah.
I want more of this.
That was GG's. That was proper G. That was GG's in the healthy sense that we should be experiencing games. You know, where you're not salty, but it's like, man, that was incredible. How did he get me with that? You know, like that. This is when we really appreciated losing, if you see what I mean. You know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is great.
It was pretty smooth, dude. Like. It happened, you know. It looks like I'm salty, but I promise you, I'm not. I was just having a good time. I'm like, man.
Yeah.
Duc, good shit, man. Love everybody. Oh, look, you saw he passed me my money.
Yeah, that's sick, man.
I'm like, hey, Duc, good freaking shit, man.
Nice. I like that.
Like that.
I like that.
Man. And mind you, I found out the lore of Duc Doh when I got there. Like, literally.
Oh wow.
I found out he was in top 8. They broke it down to me in the side, like, yo, this guy was a former champion. This one, it was
Battle of the Bay, right?
Battle of the Bay.
Yeah.
Like, I found out about the dude there. I was like, oh shit, like this guy is pretty good. Well, you know what? Congratulations to him. He made top 8. So, but then I ended up playing this dude in the finals, man. Like, damn, you really took me back, Ryan. I can't believe you have the. Yo, trust me. I don't expect these things, okay? When I see me receiving bus ass after years of not watching this, and the last time I actually watched this once was when they released the DVD. But this behind the scenes footage, I think this was from Zach D. Did you get this from Zach?
No. I can't really
be on YouTube?
I can't be releasing my sources like that.
Oh, say no more. I respect.
No,
you know
I'm just kidding. That's just straight from YouTube.
That's on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's that. Hope you enjoyed the episode. I know that I did. Me and Yipes talked till the early hours of the morning, and I went to work completely battered. But you know what? If it was tomorrow, I'd do it all over again. Drop a comment down below. Double tap that subscribe button. No, actually, don't double tap because it will unsubscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Take care.